What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay, and today we're going to be talking about my November TBR. In November and December, I'm going to be doing things a little bit different. I won't be doing my regular jar pulls. Instead, I'm going to try to finish up my goals for the year. So, I will be reading sequels and trying to finish up series, which we'll talk about here in just a minute, all the ones that are on the docket to be sprinkled in. But in between then, another goal of mine is to, of course, complete or whittle down my own TBR. So I'll be vlogging this month, and if you have never seen a vlog where I've pulled from my jars, what I will do is I will pull a book out of this jar and I will read that book. And I'm not going to give myself any leeway to this except for if I cannot find the audio book. Recently, I've been really wanting an audiobook, and I've been putting myself in a slump when I haven't been able to find the audio of a book. So we are going to make that a thing, that it has to have an audiobook. But I have Scribd, I have Audible, I have my library, I have Hoopla, I have all of those resources in order to obtain that audiobook. Now, if it's a self-pub indie that doesn't have an audiobook, I may have to skip that. That is the number one thing. However, I will pull the book and I will read that book. And I'm really not giving myself any leeway. There's no, oh, that book is too long. I'm just going to read it, because regardless of how long the book is, these books need to be read. So if, for instance, in November, I pull, and I'm crossing my fingers that I'm not going to do this, but if I pull The Way of Kings, this big chunky over here, I'm going to read The Way of Kings, and you're just going to see me reading A Way of Kings. I'm hoping not for that, but if I do get that, that's what's going to happen. But let's talk a little bit about the series that I want to kind of get to in November and December. So, Sister of the Dead by E.C. Greaves. The first one has made it into the SPFBO 9 finalists, and I'm so happy for E.C. Greaves, and we are going to continue on, hopefully in November and December, by reading Sister of the Dead, which is the second book in his trilogy. So hoping to, again, a beautiful, stunning cover, which he has done himself. So there we go. Also, Chunker is going to be Beyond the Shadows by Brent Weeks. This is the last in this trilogy, and so I would be stoked if I could finish this and finish the trilogy before the year is up. Of course, there's now a continuation, which is on the TBR, but also, last in the series, I am so enjoying my time with Tide Child, and The Bone Ship's Wake is definitely on my TBR for November and December. Another chunker that is going on the TBR is the next book in the Bound and the Broken series, which is Of Darkness and Light. However, I have not read the novella The Fall, so I might read The Fall first and then Of Darkness and Light. I'm not quite sure. But I do need to continue on in this series. Cage of Dreams, which is the second book to this series. It's only a duology, so that will complete the series for me. The second book, Cage of Dreams, came out in the month of September. So hopefully I can also get to that one and clear out a series. Another duology where I'm lacking just the second book is going to be The Blood Gift by Annie Davenport. The first book was The Blood Trials, and I really enjoyed this. Despite the mixed reviews on this one, I am still excited to kind of conclude this duology. Other series that I don't own include Parable of the Talents by Octavia Butler. I read Parable of the Sower earlier this year, and that's also a duology, and that will complete that one for me. I want to move on into the Legend of Tall series, and that's going to be with A Queen's Command. I really enjoyed my time with The King's Bargain. I enjoy J.D.L. Russell's writing so much, and his recent book, The Last Ranger, just made it also into a SPFBO 9 finalist. If you do not know what SPFBO 9 is by now, SPFBO 9 stands for Self-Published Fantasy Blog Off, and it's where 300 self-published books, fantasy books, are in this ring, and they all compete down to a winner. So we get to 10 finalists, and then they pick a winner, and so 300 to 10, and J.D.L. Russell's most recent work, and I don't know if I'm saying his name right, I'm really sorry, his most recent work, The Ranger, is a finalist in that competition, so it is one of the top 10. From Cold Ashes Risen. So that is the third book in the Mortal Technique series by Rob J. Hayes. I absolutely positively loved the second book, The Lessons Never Learned, and I am kind of stoked to continue on and kind of get this journey going. It is a 5-book series, but it appears that it's one trilogy and then set way into the future a separate duology. So with the same characters, but I feel like I will make good progress if I read it from Cold Ashes Risen. Enemy of God. So this is one I've put off reading by Bernard Cornwell. And I read The Winter King and I gave it a 3-star. It was fine, but I wasn't excited to continue on. So I'm either A, I'm going to continue on with The Enemy of God in November or December, or B, I'm just going to DNF the series at the end of the year. I feel like that feels right to me. Royal Assassin by Miss Robin Hobb. I have not continued on with Fitz's journey, mostly because I don't even know why. I cannot tell you why I have not continued on, but this will be the perfect time in November, December to continue on with the chunky books that I've been afraid to continue on with. And then of course, I'm still in the middle of Dresden, and the next book that I have is going to be Peace Talks. So I'm almost caught up with Dresden, so it would be great to also get caught up. I am really hoping to get some of these goals complete and get this jar right here that is getting very full, I don't know if you can see that, of owned books down, because that's what I need to do. I continue to add to it. I don't know why I add to it and don't read it down, but that's my plan in November and December. So please tune in to the vlogs to see what kind of mess this jar has for me in November and December. Tell me what you guys are reading in the month of November. Tell me what you're looking forward to. What are your goals that you're trying to get, or any books that you need to read before the end of the year? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys later.